We see some of our rebels do some crazy things when they overthink the problem and overreact to it. And you're not going to believe the story that Carrie has that she got from her chiropractor. Stay tuned.
I'm Cristy Code Red, and you're listening to Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle, where we believe food holds the power to heal or poison, and we believe our society has been misled regarding proper nutrition and weight loss. You're in the right place if you're looking for some straight up truth, because I'm here to shed light on the lies and brainwashing that has taken place over the past 5 decades. Thanks so much for listening.
Welcome back to another episode of Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle. I'm your host, Cristy Code Red, author, entrepreneur, retired professional boxer. And I'm so excited to get to this podcast to this subject and let Carrie take over with her awesome story, because she went to her chiropractor and came out with a funny, awesome story about an elephant that will make you go, it's nothing like what you think. And guys, we're going to talk about how this relates to you. But Carrie, thank you for being on here, and tell us what the heck is up with the elephant story from Dr. Palmer.
So Dr. Kent, he's a great chiropractor here in Hardinsburg, Kentucky. I like him. I go to see him about every 3 weeks, Cristy. Otherwise, my arms go to sleep. I don't know why, and I don't want to go in for an MRI and all the neck things. So I'm like, here's an easy $40 solution. I'll get adjusted every 3 weeks. Not everyone agrees with chiropractors. I recognize that. But when I was in there the other day, he loves to talk. And the other day he said to me, do you have time for a quick story? And I was like, yeah. So he went to Palmer Institute for Chiropractic Medicine. And Palmer, if anybody that is a chiropractor or in the chiropractic field or in that space, you know that Palmer is the most famous school. There are 2 Palmers that founded it. I'm not exactly sure on all this history, so if I'm wrong, please forgive me. But one of the Palmers came up with just feeling a neck one time, and he had a janitor that had some deafness, and he was able to correct a neck issue, and it helped with this guy's hearing. So really interesting. That was the original. That's how chiropractic medicine. And of course, a lot of people don't like it, but here's the story. So the second Dr. Palmer loved circuses. They're odd guys. Okay. They're just odd people. Loved the circus. So he even built a house near Barnum and Bailey, the guy that owned Barnum and Bailey, so he could be near. He loved circuses for some reason. I guess, now again, I tried to research this and I could not find a lot on the internet about it. So this is coming from my chiropractor. So if it's wrong, again, I'm sorry. He said that at one time, one of the Dr. Palmers ate nothing but circus food for like 3 months. That's how much he loved the circus. And this is back when they didn't have funnel cakes. So I guess it was just popcorn and peanuts. So anyway, he, one time he watched a elephant walk into a ring, and the elephant was acting funny and just looked off. And so he said, I can fix that elephant. So he climbed up on the elephant and got a big 2x4 and a sledgehammer and put it on the elephant's neck and hit it and popped that neck back into place. And the elephant did great. I mean, the elephant was fine. Like, I guess it ran around and everyone's like, oh my gosh. Well, not a man to miss a business opportunity. The following year, he was like, let's adjust the elephant again, but let's sell tickets. So, I mean, according to my chiropractor, tons of people were there. Of course, you guys, this is way back in the day, the early 1900s, right around there. I mean, this is a long time ago. So I think that date is right. I should probably do some Googling, Cristy. So anyway, they're in this big thing and they're all there. There's another elephant. He climbs up on the elephant, does the same thing with the sledgehammer, hits it, and the elephant drops over dead. And they said that, of course, the theory or the story goes that Dr. Palmer had to buy that elephant. And the joke was that he was a very frugal man. And so that the kids at the school, the students at the school then probably didn't know it, but ate elephant for many months. I don't know whether that's true or not. But at the Palmer Institute, there is, I believe, a skeleton of the elephant. And again, if any part of that story is wrong, disclaimer, I couldn't find it online. So what my chiropractor said to me was this, and this is the point of this this whole podcast. Well, Did the elephant need to be adjusted? Did the elephant need it? So he adjusted an elephant that didn't need it. And the elephant died because he didn't need it. He wasn't the one that was injured. And the same thing is true in chiropractic medicine in general. People are like, just pop me all over. Just everyone loves that feeling of popping the fingers, the toes, and the ankles, and the neck, and the head. And he was saying, if you don't need it, don't mess with it. Like if your back is sore, yeah, let's get you lined out. If your arms are sore, if your knee is sore, but I don't go in there and say head to toe, doc. I just don't do that because maybe the elephant doesn't need to be adjusted. Now, how does this apply to Code Red? How does that crazy story apply to Code Red? Is that Cristy and I, over the many years that Cristy's been doing this program, we have seen people do some crazy things that didn't need to be done. The elephant did not need to be adjusted. And it's almost like they think they're going to get an A for effort. They're selling tickets to the show. Everyone's showing up. We got the sledgehammer. We got the 2x4. We got this poor elephant that died a long time ago. And it just doesn't make sense. And it doesn't really make that much of a difference with regard to your whole take your life back story, your whole journey.
There are so many things that we do that just don't move the needle. And I think that one of them is an Oura Ring, Aura, Oura Ring. So I used to have one, sis. I bought one. I mean, all the entrepreneurs at ClickFunnels, everybody was doing, all the entrepreneurs were like, gotta have an Oura Ring, and it's a beautiful ring that goes on. It looks like a wedding ring and it measures all kinds of metrics in your body. And I ended up, I think I paid $365 for it or something. It was really, to me, it was expensive. And I ended up just selling it. I didn't like it. And I didn't find use for it. And why is it? Because it measured way too much. It measured stuff that I didn't understand. It measured heart rate variability and your core temperature and how many times you did this. Like, listen, I just need to know basic, what was my sleep score? Am I getting in the good range? Am I getting between 85 and 92? I don't need to know all those things. It just gave me too much information that wasn't going to move the needle.
And you did. I remember when you got rid of it, you were right. Cristy didn't need to adjust the elephant. She doesn't need to know what her heart rate variability is. Now, if she's in a situation where she is having, like idiopathic bradycardia, and we're trying to figure out what's going on, then we measure it at night, and that makes sense. But the Oura Ring is a perfect example of adjusting the elephant. Doesn't need to be adjusted. And a lot of you out there are falling prey to the gimmicks. And I'm not saying the Oura Ring is a gimmick, but it's not going to help you with weight loss. It is really real technology. But a lot of people are like, well, and again, I'm going to stir the hornet's nest. Cristy, are you ready?
Let's do it.
Stirring the hornet's nest. A lot of you are taping your mouth shut every night, doing mouth taping, but you're still 100 pounds overweight. Oh,
what is it called?
Mouth taping.
What's that?
Never heard of mouth taping?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
So mouth taping, there's a lot of theories about how we breathe through our mouths, and it causes all sorts of problems. So people tape their mouth with special tape, and it forces them to breathe through their nose. They are saying mouth breathing causes all sorts of medical problems. Mm-hmm. Now, do I think there's some truth to that? Yes, I do. However, if you're going to go to the McDonald's drive-thru, then I don't want to hear about you taping your mouth. Oh. So my whole point is that you're adjusting the elephant. Did you really need to do that? Like, is that your main issue? And again, that's going to stir. We'll probably get some nasty emails. It's a good thing I'm not in the help desk anymore. We're adjusting the elephant. It doesn't need to be done. Some of you are here's another great example. Some of you are taking supplements that are ridiculous. You don't know what they're for. You don't know why you need them, but you're trying to adjust the elephant. Do you have a memory problem? Is that why you're taking CoQ10?
Right.
Like, do you have a problem with this? Is that why you're taking cranberry extract? Like, do you have reoccurrent UTIs, or are you just going to GNC and good looking Billy Jeffrey is helping you out with a handful? Listen, I don't think Billy's a quack. He's a great guy. But a lot of places you go, they aren't knowledgeable like Billy, and they aren't going to give you what you need. They're going to give you a bunch of crap you don't need. Same thing with here's another great example. Oh, I'm getting off, Cristy. I'm getting ready to preach.
You might be getting ready to say the example I have in my head.
You want to say yours first?
All right, I'll say mine first.
Did I write it down?
Are you what? Yeah, write it down. Write it down.
Okay, hold on.
What I think I might be saying.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, writing it. Okay, here we go. Some of you guys are doing red light therapy.
That's not the one I was going to say, but that's pretty close. Red light therapy is a great example.
You can't red light therapy your way out of Arby's drive-thru. You can't be like cell rejuvenation. You just ingested 1,152 calorie Baconator, and you're going to try to sit in front of the red light therapy like Chris Gethin, and all of it's going to be okay. You're going to have a 6-pack abs like Chris Gethin. It doesn't work that way.
Now, we're not saying that red light therapy is not amazing. Red light therapy is amazing. If you want to do it, do it. If you want to do coffee enemas, do them. If you want to do essential oils, Cristy, I think a lot of our Code Red Rebels are oily, so I'm probably going to make them all mad. I am not saying any of these things are bad. It's just that don't think that that is going to move the needle. The elephant doesn't need to be adjusted. And when you're talking about taking your life back, when you're looking at that journey, we get so overwhelmed with these little details. I talked to somebody now, and the other day they were like, I'm really monitoring my steps and I'm writing. And I'm like, why? You need to this person cannot get on top of their weight. Pre-plan your food. Stop worrying about the oils. Stop worrying about the body work. Stop worrying about the Oura Ring. Can you just pre-plan your food? That is what we talk about when people have a custom program with Code Red. They pre-plan, pre-measure, and pre-log their food. Can you at least just get your chicken in a container so you know you're not eating too much every day? Can you do that? You're so worried about rubbing essential oils on your temples twice a day that you can't even, you're spending so much time looking at your Fitbit stats on your phone that you aren't even doing the basics. And my problem is not with the elephant that needs to be adjusted if he needs it. But y'all are going so far out the circus tent, and then you wonder why. But I just couldn't keep track of my water. Well, stop putting so much energy into your heart rate variability number. Who gives a crap?
Exactly. Yeah. Who gives a crap? And just yesterday, since I was on the phone with Fitbit, because my Fitbit Charge 5 died. And so I was on the phone with Fitbit. They were helping me try to resuscitate it. And at the end of the call, they said, you know what? It's still under warranty. We're going to go ahead and send you a new one, but you have a chance to get an upgraded one. We're going to upgrade you for free to the whatever's above that. I said, no, thanks. What? You don't want to upgrade to a better one? I said, no. Why? I said, because I'm very familiar with the Fitbit Charge 5. It does exactly what I need, and it doesn't give me more information than what I need. And that's all. I don't want more. What? I mean, just because you can, it's almost like buying 80% off Halloween candy because it's 80% off, or anything 80% off. Well, it's like they're almost paying you to take it. It's like, I have to get it. It's 80% off. No, you don't really need it. That's a lot of that sale mentality of just buying something just because it's on sale. I don't need a more advanced Fitbit. I just need the one I have that I know works. It does exactly what I need. I'm not interested in complicating the situation and adjusting the elephant and then maybe killing the elephant. Like, what if the new one gives me such a complicated sleep score that I can't figure it out, So I don't want to kill the elephant. I don't even want to let's just fix the problem in front of me. Send me a new one of the exact same one I have. Let me continue on with my life as is. It's working.
The other thing, Cristy, when I was teaching nursing school, this is what I would notice. And I get it. Students want to impress you. And I even see that with new nurses. I saw it just the other day at work. I work with this one lady, and she is just like, she's one of those nurses that's just like a picky Lou. And she's like, I'm just concerned about this guy in bed too, because I think his T wave is inverted. And I looked at her and I said, so how is that going? We're talking about his heart rate, his telemetry. And I said, so how is that going to affect how you take care of him tonight? And she was like, it doesn't. I was like, okay. So information is great. The Oura Ring is great. I thought about getting one, and then Cristy talked me out of it. Save my $300. Get some more Botox instead. I'm saying that the same thing students would say, Carrie, I heard a grade 1 systolic murmur, and I was like, that's great. Okay. So let's meat and potatoes it. How does that affect the way you're going to care for this patient? It doesn't. I'm not saying all murmurs don't. So those of you that are medical, don't get on my case. I'm just saying, like, it's great to have the information, but if the information does not help you move down your health journey, then the information really, it's just adjusting the elephant. It didn't need it. It didn't need it. You don't need to know what some of these things are, or take some of these things, or rub on some of these things, if they are detracting from your ability to do the basics. Now, I'm fine if you want to do these things, as long as you're doing the basics. Then sit under your dang red light, do your colonic cleanses, rub essential oils all over your booty. I don't care, as long as you're doing the basics.
Right. Yeah, you can't essential oil all over yourself and then having Diet Coke, until God comes back, and not even having your, I couldn't have said it better myself, sis. That is exactly right. Like, that's fine. Do all the Chris Gethin biohacking if you want, as long as you're nailing the basics. Chris Gethin has been nailing the basics, and hasn't messed up one single time or made one bad decision seriously in years. It's consistent across the board. So when he does ice bath, when he does the heat sauna, when he does the infrared sauna, when he does that stuff, it does move the needle for him, and that's fine. But for the rest of us, no, just getting in bed on time is the best we can do.
Yeah, if you're staying up late to do your 45 minutes of meditation and listen to your bowls, yes, and you aren't sleeping, go to bed. Go to bed. Like, I love a biohack. Trust me, I love a good biohack. Cristy and I love to talk about biohacking. I love to talk about salt rooms, and the crazy and the salt lamps. And I mean, I love, like, should I take in clay? I love all this fun stuff to talk about. But if you're not doing the basics, it doesn't make sense. I know a gal on Facebook, where all things happen. And she's like, come to she has a physical therapy office. Come to our physical therapy office, and you can sit in the salt room. Hey, go sit in the salt room. Like, have a great time. I'll go sit in the salt room. I'm not saying these things are bad. I'm just saying, if
they sit in the salt room with their laptop on their pee-pee on their lap, and you're getting all that radiation from your laptop, and then you're sitting in a salt room, it's like you're canceling one.
Yeah, I think people, and I get it. People want something that's going to move the needle. They want something that's going to work. People wanted the fanfare of Dr. Palmer adjusting that poor elephant that went to go be with Jesus that day. They wanted all that. They do. They want the thing. We want it to be the red light that helps us lose weight. I recently started taking hormones because I was having terrible hot flashes. Like it or not, I don't care. I don't care what you think. I did. I went ahead and took hormones, not forever, but I needed it. It was a pretty severe case. Yes. And I had tried everything. I had hacked it to death, y'all. And I could not, my quality of life was so poor. And it was interesting because I'm reading about it, even though I'm a nurse, I was still going back, and I was like, some people were like, I'm not even hungry anymore. It's wonderful. And I was like, yes, maybe that'll work for me. I was actually thinking maybe I'll be the one that's not hungry. Well, it didn't happen like that. And that's fine. There's always going to be the one-off. I'm not taking the hormones so I'll lose weight. I'm taking the hormones so I don't kill my family and sweat to death. I was having hot flashes almost every hour. So I think that
for months,
for almost a year, it was terrible. Right. But the point is that I read it and I was like, woo, like this side effect unexplained weight loss, we have to ask people in the hospital if they have unexplained weight loss, and they always laugh. Like a little bit of tuberculosis, unexplained weight loss. I'm also coughing up blood. But I think that everyone's looking for the thing. But if the things that you're doing, if all the studies and the classes and the movement, and you aren't drinking your water, it just doesn't make a hill bean a difference.
Right. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I love that we're talking about this. At first, when you told me the elephant story, I didn't get it. And then I got it. I mean, it was like, oh yeah, now I see what you're saying. And it's something I'm going to have in my mind the whole day. And I know after you guys listen to this podcast, you're going to be thinking about that elephant all day. What are you doing that's wasting time? And it could even be, look, are you wasting time on gossip? Are you wasting time on things in your mind? Oh, I should have said that to that lady when she took my parking spot. Are you wasting your time on stuff that just doesn't matter in your life, doesn't move the needle, doesn't make you a better wife, a better mom, a better coworker, a better employee, a better church member? Like, if it's not making you better in those main areas of your life, why are you wasting your time with it?
And Cristy, I just to echo that, I am fine with you adding these things into your life. If you're doing Code Red and you are hitting your macros and you are losing weight, you are showing up for meetings, you are engaged, like you are doing great, or you're maintaining. Yes, you should add in red light therapy. You absolutely should get an Oura Ring if you want to dig deep. If you want to start doing, I really do. I have a bunch of essential oils, as much as I laughed about it. I love essential oils, but I just don't want those things to keep you. I don't want that information to keep you and all those activities to keep you from nailing the basics. If you're nailing the basics, then there is absolutely nothing wrong with you doing some biohacking. There's nothing wrong. If the elephant comes into the ring limping, well, for heaven's sakes, let's adjust it. If you're not, like, Cristy and I had many conversations about my hot flashes. Like, I was doing everything. I was drinking my gallon of water a day. I had tried black cohosh. I had tried vitamin E. I had tried primrose. I had tried cooling sheets. I had tried, everything I could think of. And in fact, my doctor goes, you hacked this to death. So it's not like I just came to that decision lightly. So if you're doing everything right and you need a biohack for whatever reason, absolutely do a biohack. Absolutely rub lemon balm on your feet. Go for it. Have a great time. But don't let all this crap keep you from moving forward in your journey. And don't think that it's actually going to make much difference. Now, you will feel better, but I don't think you're going to drop the LBs all the time just because of that. Although if you do a colonic cleanse, I imagine getting some of that poo out. But if you do it all the time, it's just like taking laxatives.
Yeah. Well, we hope you enjoyed this episode of Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle. We love you. And we'll see you in the Code Red Network. We'll see you on the next 10-pound takedown on Facebook. We'll see you all over the place. We would love to have you in our community. Take care. Thank you so much for listening to Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle. If you are looking for some hardcore accountability to get and keep this weight off, look no further, because I've got VIP Connection. This is the ultimate connection to me, just short of me sleeping on your couch. You're going to get 3 daily messages from me in real time directly to you. You're going to submit your weight every Friday. We're going to go over it in a weekly meeting on Sunday nights, and I'm going to give you feedback. You'll have access to a monthly VIP breakfast with me in Boise, a monthly VIP supplement box, access to any workshop, any PDF promo that I hold for that month. You'll have access to the Ringside membership. And best of all, you'll have a fully customized nutrition program written just for you. We're talking about over $3,000 total value for $397 a month, and you can cancel anytime. Go to coderedlifestyle.com/VIP to check that out.